Hello everyone, welcome to Sportsbook Review's coverage of Serie A. It's week 2. I'm your host Martin Green. I'm joined by Alex Campean, or Alex Classic Tips as he's sometimes known. You'll notice that there's a Tancredi shaped hole in our presenting team. He is, he's covering the Champions League draw for somebody or other, and he's also been distracted by Cristiano Ronaldo's potential move to Manchester City. So you've just got this dynamic duo with you today. Alex, how are you? We had a good weekend last weekend. We're all in profit. Serie A has been great so far.
Yeah, basically I went 3-1. I was 3-0. I had the AC Milan over 2.5 goals, but unfortunately I ended 3-1. Not exactly 4-0 like I wished I have. But we kicked off the season in Serie A in style, exactly with the three of us being in profit. Serie A by far in the last 3-4 seasons, it was my best league in terms of profit. So I'm glad we started good the first week. The first week, it was a brilliant week too. Let's be honest. 36 goals, 7 red cards. The fans back. The pressure on the referees.
What's happened to Serie A? Because everyone has this stereotype in their head about, very defensive, slow tempo, low scoring games, quite dull. It's all seemingly gone out the window over the past couple of seasons. Everyone's attacking and it's exciting and it's a lot of fun. Has there just been a general shift in approach from a more modern group of coaches coming through? What do you think is causing this change?
Yeah, even the modern coaches, but even the old coaches that started to coach in Serie A, the one with a lot of experience, try to adapt their style because it's a new trend. You have to adapt. It's absolutely normal. Of course, if you are 75, you will never adapt. But if you are around 55 or so, you should adapt at the end of the day. And yeah, you can see most of the teams scoring goals. When you have Atalanta up almost 90 goals, when you have teams like Inter last season, Lazio, a lot of goals, Sassuolo, absolutely amazing matches whenever you are watching them. So yeah, absolutely good. Napoli, a great attacking firepower they have. So I'm expecting the same trend to continue also for this season. Spezia, for example, a team that impressed in the last season, newly promoted side, continue on the same trend, attack and not knowing how to defend, and also scoring goals, but also conceding. So that's the fun of the Serie A right now. But I didn't expected 7 red cards, to be honest, in the first round.
No, it was pretty rowdy, wasn't it? The Napoli striker getting sent off after 24 minutes was a bit disappointing for them. But then, they dominated for the rest of the game. That was a terrific performance from Napoli. Lots of good performances from some of the big teams, apart from Juventus, who have drifted out. They were minus 125 to win the title a week ago. They've now drifted out to plus 120 after that disappointing draw. What on earth Wojciech Szczesny was doing to those?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That was the sort of stuff we're used to seeing at Arsenal, but fortunately we don't have him anymore. I don't know if anyone's aware. I know we're here to talk about Serie A. I don't know if anyone's aware. Arsenal played last night. They won 6-0 against a star-studded West Brom team. I mean, this was a team that had the likes of Zach Delaney, Toby King, Rico Richards, and they were just absolutely no match whatsoever for Arsenal. So poor old Szczesny slumming it in Juventus now, and we've got Aaron Ramsdale who's going to lead us to glory. But we are here to
also I've seen, because I was watching the game last night, and I saw West Brom playing with their B team, with the kids, with nothing to do with what they used in the championship. Only by like 4 players from the starting 11 they played.
No, it was an extremely strong West Brom team, and they were just no match for Arsenal. in their prime. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Thanks Sean for saying that the stereotype of Serie A went out the window about a decade ago. Hello Ross. Hello Tevin. Hello Majek. Hello Jonathan, Ladislav, Garrick. Petter, Irish John, morning from Dallas. Morning, John. Hello, Garrick again. All the crew. Idris Mustafa is asking, where is Tan? He's supposed to be on the show, but
he's in Istanbul. He's in Turkey.
Istanbul to cover the Champions League draw. He was going to film from outside the venue of the draw, but he's been distracted by Ronaldo's potential move to Man City. So it's just me.
By the way, who made the bet on the future Cristiano Ronaldo top scorer in Serie A? Throw that ticket away.
You probably won't even get a refund, will you? Because he's already played one game.
Yeah, because he played not even one game. He played like 15 minutes, you know.
That is an absolute joke. There should be some sort of bad beat special on that. Might be worth speaking to the customer service team. Maybe they'll give you a free bet or something to use in its stead. Anyway, look, we're going to start analysing each game in just a minute. But first, guys, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. That way we'll be able to let you know every time we're starting shows about football, basketball, baseball, tennis, UFC, whatever you're into, really. We've got it covered. Not sure if we're still advertising this one, Esteban, but there's SBR's Pick 6 contest.
Yes, we are.
Season hasn't started yet, has it? So we've still got plenty of time to join. $50,000 in season-long prizes up for grabs. $1,600 in weekly prizes. All you have to do is become an SBR member. No money whatsoever required to enter. So why not try it out? I know me and Alex have already made our selections, and we're hoping to strike it big this season. You never know. Okay, so we are going to start with Udinese versus Venezia. This is going to be a great game, I think. We've mentioned the Udinese game already. They were a bit lucky, I guess, to nick a draw against Juventus after those two goalkeeping howlers from Szczesny. But you have to give them a bit of credit, don't you, Alex, for their never say die attitude and for keep going in the second half.
Yeah, this Udinese team, when they're playing at home, they are a tough nut to crack for everyone, especially for the big teams. They don't have a ton of, let's say, stars. Basically, they don't have stars in their team, but they have that fighting spirit, you know. Some interesting, you know, that they will fail, for example, or an Okaka there. They managed to keep Juventus to a 2-2 draw, thanks to Szczesny, who ruined the 2-0 lead, and thanks to the VAR, who also denied Cristiano Ronaldo the goal. It was like that. I think that it was 1-2 inches.
That was ridiculous.
I think that those ridiculous, but I know that in Premier League they cut it those 1-2 inches. You know, they should do that the same in Italy. I don't understand why they didn't offered him the goal and his last goal for Juventus. You know.
And it looks like he's going to the Premier League anyway, so he could be scoring those sort of goals for Man City, which is a bit worrying for the rest of the teams in the Premier League. What did you make of Venezia? A bit disappointing against 10 men. Napoli still couldn't get the job done. Napoli looked pretty comfortable in the end to me.
Very comfortable from Napoli, even with one of their best strikers, Osimhen, that he was red carded in the 23rd minute of the match. Venezia, like we said, they will probably go down at the end of the season in Serie B. They have players on loan or free transfer from bad teams. Not necessarily bad teams. Let's not say bad teams. Let's say less experienced teams. So let's put it this way. Their starting 11. Their starting 11 should. I think that they need around 5, 6, 7 matches to gel because there are a lot of new players. I think that this should be Udinese first win here at 1.66, but I am not betting on this game, so I'm staying away.
Okay, yeah, I also passed it when we were doing our official picks, but I've since looked into it a bit more, and I like the thought of Udinese and over 1.5 goals in this game. I think you can get about -120 on that. I'm not sure they're going to keep a clean sheet in this one, but I can see them scoring twice against Venezia, because with Doyle and they've got Pereira in the hole behind the striker, haven't they, who looks pretty dangerous. So I can see Udinese getting the job done in this one, but you're right, the odds aren't great. Love it when everyone gives us their picks in the comments. Just looking at this one here from Umberto, stock market crash in September or October is his main bet. Don't know what are you gonna do, Umberto? Are you gonna short? Are you gonna short the stock market? Are you gonna short the indexes? Let us know in the chat. Addicted to money's not very happy with Osimhen for getting sent off. And Umberto says, don't mention 1 to 2 inches if Flash is listening. On that note, we'll move swiftly along to Verona versus Inter in fair Verona. Another big game. Inter were terrific, weren't they? I mean, a goal for the debutant, Çalhanoğlu, set up the first one with his corner. And Dzeko, to me, just looked very, very dangerous. I know he lacks the sort of physicality of Lukaku, but he's still an extremely dangerous striker. Good header, set up another goal, had a hand in 2 goals, actually. What did you make of that Inter performance, Alex?
Another style, Inter with another style right now, with Dzeko in front and a line of 5 midfielders, Perisic, Çalhanoğlu, Brozovic, Barella, Darmian, with Sensi in front of them. I really liked this approach against Genoa. I was inches away of losing my first banker of the season because I had Inter and under 4.5 goals in the match. Very good performance from Çalhanoğlu. He showed once again that he's a world-class player. A Dzeko goal, I liked that. Let's see when Lautaro Martinez will come to see who will play there in the attack. Verona on the other side, red-carded. We will use this many times today. Red-carded with Veloso receiving 2 yellows in 6 minutes. And Sassuolo, of course, going all in like they usually do, and in the second half scoring 2 goals but also the receiving. So I was a little bit impressed of Verona's performance with the man down rather than in playing with 11 players. I like them more, but I think that they risked more with the man down. Inter, I don't think that they will give them so many chances as Sassuolo did. I think that Inter will win this one, and I'm going once again for Inter and under 4.5 goals. Banker of the week once again at 1.75. I'm continuing with the same trend.
Nice, like it. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, I thought Verona were terrific in defeat. They could have been ahead in the start. Kalinic missed an open goal. And then that right winger they've got, Zaccagni, was just electric. He was tearing it up down that. Actually, no, he was on the left side, wasn't he? But right-footed.
Yeah.
He was absolutely terrific. Inter are going to have to find a way to deal with him in this game. But yeah, I think there's lots of reasons to be excited if you're an Inter fan right now. I know.
And also, let's not forget that they announced today they transferred Joaquin Correa from Lazio on a 4-year deal with 3.5 million net salary every year. I think that it costed them around, I don't know exactly the amount because they are not saying, but they preferred him over Andrea Bellotti from Torino. I don't know. In my opinion, they are both good. I always wondered, once again, I'm telling because I will tell this forever, why Andrea Bellotti is not playing for a better club. But yeah, they took Correa instead of Bellotti.
Well, yeah, slightly different player, but very dangerous and gives them another attacking option. Yeah, I thought the debutants slotted in really well. They've still got great players like Barea. They've still got that rock solid back three that they had last season. I don't know. They could run Juventus close in this campaign, and very good odds on Inter to win the title if you fancy a punt. Next game, Lazio versus Spezia. We all went for Lazio to win, didn't we? I'm not sure it was everyone's official pick, but when we discussed it, we were all singing from the same hymn sheet. We all thought that they would get the job done. They certainly did. They went behind early on, but then banged in 3 goals in the first half, and that was it. Game done. Do you think they can keep the run going against Spezia?
Yeah, I think so. The same Immobile, the same Milinkovic-Savic, always delivering for Lazio. Me, if this team would stay consistent throughout the entire season, I think that they would even fight for the second, third place there. But this is their problem. They are not very consistent, and they are losing points to small teams. But I think that Spezia side, who we talked at the beginning, they continue on the same trend, scoring and also conceding like they did last year. One of the teams to follow for goals and for both teams to score when they are playing high entertaining matches, high scoring affairs. But Lazio should be too good at home for Spezia. But this combo, and I took it as an official pick, I really like it. And the value is there, I think, rather than Lazio to win. I think that the odds for Lazio to win are very low at 1.36. Yeah. So I'm going for Lazio to win and both teams to score at 2.87. And I'm taking this bet because I watch Spezia and I also watch Lazio because even if I'm losing a match during the weekend, I have all Monday to watch the highlights and the most important moments of the games. And I think that we are at the beginning of the season. They still need time to. There were many mistakes in every single match at the back, you know. So they still need 3-4 more weeks. It's bad for them because they didn't start it properly, and next week we have the international break. You know, only two weeks in the back for Serie A, and after that they have to go in the international break. This drives me crazy because the teams that are starting winning match after match, somehow they get disjointed when the international break approaches and they have to come back. So Lazio and both teams to score at 2.87 for me.
I hate the international break. Yeah, it really disrupts the club season. Just stop it. Yeah, I think some of the people in the chat are kind of coming from the same point as you. Overton's going over 2.5 goals. Petter's going for the Alex Classic in that one. What's Sean going for? Sean's going Lazio to win an over 2.5 goals, which is also pretty similar. I left it alone in the end. I really wanted to bet on Lazio. I just couldn't find an interesting way to find the value on the game because I did think the odds were too low. But I do agree that Lazio get the job done here in this one. Next game features the most entertaining team in Serie A, if not the world. Everyone loves watching Atalanta. They're up against Bologna. Should be a fascinating game. That was one that came off for all of us last weekend. We had the Alex Classic, didn't we? Atalanta Torino. I think maybe Tan had Atalanta and both teams to score, so it all came in. Do you see another open, entertaining game in this one, Alex? Is there any other way for an Atalanta game to pan out?
Yeah, I think that it will be an entertaining game, most of all because Bologna received 2 red cards, 2 starters, and the most important is De Silvestri, Soriano and Schutten, both of them in the starting 11. De Silvestri really delivered as right back for his team, scoring 2 goals. Arnautovic, our guy from Euro 2020 also scored. It was an impressive match against Salernitana, the newly promoted team. And even though they, let's say, they received 2 red cards, one of them was in the last minutes of the game. But also Salernitana, the newly promoted side, were red carded themselves in the first half. But still, Bologna conceding 2 goals against such a poor side, this Salernitana, they had no clue how to attack, in my opinion, in the first match. It was a tense match, absolutely. They want to win it, but they don't know how to. Sometimes I was watching them, and they didn't know what the plan is, what the tactics are. A little bit out of this movie of Serie A. But we'll talk about them later because they meet AS Roma on Sunday. I think that they have, yes, on Sunday. I think that Atalanta should win this game, but will they concede? I don't know about that. Bologna are always a tough team to play against, and probably this is the trend right now with teams like Atalanta and like Lazio, at least in the first 3-4 weeks in Serie A. Them to win and both teams to score for better odds. Because I wouldn't take 1.34 for Atalanta to win this match against Bologna.
No, I was just trying to find the result of both teams to score an over 2.5 goals. The odds on that, sorry, that looks like it could be a good option. Just getting you can get -120 on both teams to score an over 2.5 goals. I quite like that because Bologna just put 3 past, I know, a newly promoted opponent, but they're looking pretty sharp. Atalanta do take risks. They do leave the back door open. There's a chance that they can get caught on the break. I think Arnautovic is a terrific signing for Bologna. He was a fantastic player in the Premier League. West Ham were desperate to keep him, but he went off, earned a massive paycheck, and now he's back doing what he does best, scoring goals, pushing people over, shouting a lot, tearing it up. Good luck to him. I left it in the end though. I couldn't really find anything that grabbed me too much on this game, and there were others that I liked the look of more. Sorry. On that note, we'll move on to Fiorentina versus Torino. Let's see our fancy graphics. Oh, they're not coming up just yet. Okay. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Fiorentina versus Torino. Alex, what do you think is going to happen in this one?
I think that Torino were pretty unlucky against Atalanta to lose the game. If for who was watching the game, they know what I mean. 8 shots on target. They won the possession 55%, 19 attempts on goal, and Atalanta were clinical. 2 shots on target, 2 goals, and they solved the match. So again, Bellotti was the man with the goal for Torino. Who else? This is why we mentioned in the first show that if he will go, Torino, I don't know, they have a big chance of going down. On the other side, Fiorentina lost their keeper, Dragovski, red carded against AS Roma, with Tammy Abraham forcing that red card, but we'll talk about him later. Also, Fiorentina will be without Amrabat and Nastasic. I see an entertaining game. Why not? Again, the Alex Classic here should pay around 2.0. If the over 2.5 is priced at 1.8, the Alex Classic should pay at 2.0. Not many games with the Alex Classic between these two sides, but again, I feel that there is room for improvement, as this is just the second week of the season, and still the back door is not covered yet. Like they say in NFL, the back door, both teams will concede. Let's put it this way.
Interesting, yeah. Shut that back door. Okay, yeah, I've got nothing on this game, I have to admit. Next one is Juventus versus Empoli. Not exactly the homecoming that Allegri would have wanted at Juventus. Things were looking good, very early lead, and then a great strike from Quadrado. Looked to be cruising, and then Szczesny just did a Szczesny, basically. We've seen him do it so many times throughout his career. I thought he was a bit of a safer pair of hands now, but apparently not. They'll be disappointed. Do you think they can bounce back with a big win against Empoli?
Let me tell you, I think that a very good move for Juventus is Ronaldo to leave.
Really?
I don't know. I feel that they will improve all those young guns that they have now at their disposal, Chiesa, Kulusevskis, and all those that they brought, and Dybala. I think that Dybala is way more important for Juventus than Cristiano Ronaldo. I think that also Cristiano Ronaldo feels that he cannot give too much to this team, Like, not all the balls are for him like he wishes to. Not all the lights are on him. But the same thing will be at Manchester City. So we don't need to bring him the news. He should probably know already. Empoli, very poor. Very, very poor Empoli. I think that Juventus will bounce back immediately, and they will do it from halftime. So halftime, full time for me, Juventus at 1.72.
Yeah, I am with you there. I'm going for the exact same thing. When they're going to be annoyed, they're going to have a point to prove. They're going to want to come flying out of the blocks. They did look very, very sharp from the start of that game against Udinese, and I think they'll be a lot more solid at the back. Szczesny's going to want to make amends for that poor performance. So I see this as being a very, very controlled victory for Juventus, and I do think that looks like a great price. Only 1.72. That's not like huge, but I think it's definitely worth it. I'm going for it. Okay, great. Genoa versus Napoli. And I have to say, I was very impressed with Napoli. Going a man down so early on, losing your striker like that. The resilience that they showed, it was impressive. Got a penalty, missed it. Got another penalty, put it away. Well played to him. That takes courage, I think. Were you impressed with Napoli in the opening week, Alex? And do you think they can keep it going against the Genoa team that just lost 4-0?
Yeah, very impressed with Napoli, and like you said, even with that red card and the red card shown to their let's say most important striker in that formation with Osimhen. The transfer that they talked so much last year, that he got injured, he came back, and now everybody's expecting him to be Napoli's top scorer this season. He suddenly started the campaign with a red card. But like you said, very impressed with this Napoli side. Genoa, on the other hand, 4 goals conceded against Inter. Inter that didn't lost their magic touch after winning the title last year. I think that the value is on Napoli. I think that this is a parlay piece, 1.55 for Napoli to win. Don't complicate it. Take it, put it in your parlay and cash it.
Yeah, I have actually done a parlay with Napoli in it. Who do you think is going to start up front, or will they go with more of a false nine type thing? I know Hirving Lozano could come into the team. They're not really going to have that focal point in attack, are they?
Well, they don't need. I don't think that they need that focal point in attack. With Insigne, Zielinski there, and who can come? Lozano, as you said, that he can come from the bench. I don't know. They have plenty of weapons on the bench to replace that place left. I don't know how many rounds he will stay, 1 or 2. Depends what the Serie A board will say. But yeah, I think that there is no problem in putting someone else in to replace Osimhen here.
Yeah, I think Genoa could be a little bit low on confidence after the nature of that defeat. I'm looking at Napoli getting the job done here. I'm going to go for. I think I'm going for Napoli and over 1.5 goals in this game. Like the look of that a lot.
Even Mertens can come from injury and play in this match. So yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't on the bench, was he? So I didn't know if he was going to be ready in time. But maybe
shoulder injury.
Maybe they'll rush him back. I don't know. Okay, next up we have Sassuolo versus Sampdoria. Another interesting game, as we mentioned earlier. Sassuolo did get the job done against Verona. They had a helping hand. Against Verona. They had a helping hand when Verona had a man sent off, but they look really impressive at times going forward, but very, very sloppy at the back, even against 10 men. What did you make of them in the opening weekend, Alex? How do you think they'll get on against Sampdoria?
Very poor at the back, and it breaks my heart to say it, but one of the center defenders is Romanian, Vlad Chiricheș. When he is on a good day, he's very good, but he's the man who can commit big errors that can transform into goals, you know. But Sassuolo, very powerful in the attack. That front line, Caputo, Juricic, Bogara, Spadori, is a world-class attacking line, in my opinion. I think that every team in Serie A would pay money to have them inside the team, you know. So always Sassuolo is that kind of team that, yes, we will concede, but we will go to score more than we will concede, you know. It's that type of team. On the other side, Sampdoria, I wasn't very impressed with them, nor with Milan. It was a game, to be honest, that could have ended in a 1-1 draw if we were how the match was played, you know. AC Milan didn't deserve that win. Let's put it this way. They scored a fast goal in the 9th minute with Brahim Diaz, and after that, nothing from them. They gave away the ball many times, committing many mistakes. But let's face it, it's the beginning of the season. I think that the value is with Sassuolo in this one at even money. I don't know, I have the impression they will win. I'm not going with them, but I think that the value is on them.
Yeah, I'm also leaning towards Sassuolo. I was also very impressed with the sharp passing in the final third against Verona. I think they probably have enough quality to open up this Sampdoria defence, but it's also a pass from me. I tell you, I'm not passing this next one because we have got newly promoted Salernitana versus Roma. And Roma made a winning start to life under Jose Mourinho. I think he might have pulled off a bit of a masterstroke in signing Tammy Abraham, because I know he's not, again, I mentioned Lukaku. He's come from the Premier League. He's not as strong as Lukaku, but he's very quick, he's very athletic, and he's a very, very sharp finisher. For some reason, Chelsea couldn't find a place for him in their team, but for me, I think he has the potential to absolutely light up Serie A, and I think he could be crucial in leading Roma to victory in this game. What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I think that he's the reference point from the attack, and I think that he will be one of the best strikers in Serie A this season. It's good that we've seen him play like that at his debut. Imagine that other players, even if they are good in other leagues, they need time to adapt. Tammy Abraham came, saw, conquered, and left, you know.
Yeah.
And he will play in the next match, you know. Red card for Dragovski, assist. What else you want more from a new player that you have inside your team? And he's young also. I think that this player has a lot of potential. And like Lukaku, in a way, Serie A is more fit for him than the Premier League. Let's put it this way. This is what I think. Let's see. I think that he will be one of the best strikers in Serie A. Veretout played well. Mkhitaryan played well. Unfortunately, Zaniolo, the poor guy who just came back from injury, was red carded, and he will miss this game. But the special one has plenty of players who can replace him. Of course, that not at that level as Zaniolo, but he doesn't need players like Zaniolo against Salernitana. Also, AS Roma are not Bologna, so I don't see Salernitana scoring 2 goals against AS Roma. We know what a great tactician Jose Mourinho is, and how well he organized his defense. Salernitana, unfortunately, I think that they will concede 2 free goals, and they will struggle to find the back of the net. And this is my second banker for this week. So I have 2 in Serie A, besides Inter and under 4.5. I have AS Roma -1 on the Asian handicap at 2.05.
Like it a lot. Just getting up my pick for this game. I just gave him, I gave him a -1 Asian handicap. Is that what you said you're going for as well?
Yeah, the second banker of the week.
Yeah, I think that's a really smart bet. I think they cover that. I still think they need a few more signings. Jose Mourinho likes to come in, make a lot of changes, really stamp his authority on a squad, and they still need a few more players for me. But I think he's got the bones of a good team there, and I expect Tammy Abraham to prove far too strong for Salernitana in this one. Moving on, Milan versus Cagliari. You were a bit disappointed, you said, with AC Milan at the weekend, and that's understandable. It wasn't a very convincing performance, but they'll be relieved, won't they, to get the 3 points when they're not playing well. Do you think they can up their performance levels in this? Do you think that will jolt them into action a little bit for the second week of the campaign?
Very sloppy, a lot of wrong passes from players that you would think that they are world-class players. I liked Leao from the entire team. I liked Leao. Giroud, you can see that he's not fit for this style of playing at AC Milan. Not many balls delivered to Giroud because he needs balls. He will not come to take his balls alone. He needs balls in the how you say.
He needs balls fired into the box.
Exactly. He needs balls inside the box. A lot of
into it when he's got his back to goal. He can hold up the ball quite well. He's all right at that. But yeah, he's not going to beat the last defender and score like that. You need to give him decent service.
Yeah, he played the entire game, but without impressing. He's struggling. He needs some time to adapt there. Cagliari on the other side amazingly came back from 2 goals down with Joao Pedro scoring a brace in the second half of the game, but they dominated the entire game. They should have won 3-4-2 if you watch the game. I think that the odds are too high for this Cagliari to win at 8.5. I would give them a plus 1.5 on the Asian handicap, which is priced around 1.7 right now. I think that even if Milan wins this game, they will not do it by more than 1 goal difference. So I think that Cagliari plus 1.5 is the way to go. I was looking also at the goals market. I don't see a ton of goals in this one. Under 3 on the Asian handicap is at 1.85. So if you see 3 goals, if we have 3 goals, it's a push. You will take your money back. But I don't see 4 goals at all, This is what I'm seeing for this game. Cagliari plus 1.5 and under 3 goals on the Asian handicap.
Okay. I'm going for AC Milan -1 Asian handicap because I think they can win by at least a goal. And I think at the worst, I get my money back. I can see them getting the better of Cagliari in this game. Okay, thank you very much. Esteban, could you please bring up the picks? I'm not sure if there's a way of getting Tancredi's picks up as well because, oh yeah, we've got them here. We've got a picture of him. And that is Tan at Wembley en route to watching Italy become European champions. So never miss an opportunity to remind us of that. So I'm going to go for, as I said, Milan -1 on the Asian handicap at -139. Juventus half-time, full-time at -139 as well. Roma with a -1 Asian handicap at +105. I've got Napoli and over 1.5 goals at -125. And Inter and over 1.5 goals at -112. Alex is going in with a double banker alert. He's going for Inter and under 4.5 goals at -133 as one of his bankers. So we'll both be happy if Inter win 2-0 or 3-0. And he's also going for Roma -1 Asian handicap, but he's giving that a banker. He's got Juventus half-time, full-time as well. And big odds on that one. He's going Lazio to win and both teams to score at +187. Tancredi was going to go for Lazio -1.5 at +105. He's also given the same handicap to AC Milan. He's getting +120 on that. He's making it a full house for the Juventus half-time, full-time. So if you trust us, go for Juventus half-time, full-time. He's got a high-scoring Atalanta win at -150. And his banker's just a straight win for Inter. He's not complicating it. So we all think Inter are going to win, and we all think Juventus are going to get the job done at half-time and full-time. So that could make a good.
I'm a little bit scared right now that all our bankers are coming from the same game, you know?
I know. I just thought they were so impressive last weekend, and you know, they've still got 9 of the starting 11 that won them the title, and a couple of shrewd acquisitions in the summer. I think they might not maintain this form, but in the opening weeks of the season they look very good, and I think they should have enough to get the job done in that one. Thank you very much, Esteban. Let's see our faces again. We're going to go off air in a second. We've got Bundesliga. Just really quickly, Alex, wanted to ask you, now that the odds have drifted out on Juventus to maybe +120 and potentially Ronaldo leaving, I know you said that you think that would actually be a plus for them. Would you be interested in that as a long-term futures bet, or do you think there's still a chance that someone else could pit them to the title?
No, I think that Juventus will take it, but for a long-term bet, 9 months bet at that price, I wouldn't go for it.
Yeah, but Umberto thinks the stock market's going to crash. So if you're invested in stocks and shares, all your money's going to go down the pan anyway. So if you're betting it on that, you're going to make 120% return on your investment in 9 months. You'll certainly be.
No. I'm okay with the cash. You know, I like the cash, and I'm not investing in stock market. Maybe someone will teach me how to, but really I don't have time at my disposal to learn how to invest also in cash. After all those names, teams, plans, tactics, formations, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Mitch is going for Rangers. You've seen Rangers are missing like half their team due to COVID. Gerrard's out, loads of players are out. That's going to be a tough game for them in Armenia, but I hope they get the job done. Okay.
In Armenia, I wouldn't go at that price, even with someone else's money. 1.31 without many of their most important players. Yeah. McAllister is sitting on the bench today.
He is, yeah. Going to be a tough game. Maybe both teams to score because both Rangers goalkeepers are out. So it's going to be a debut for their young third-choice keeper. Okay, thanks everyone for watching. We've got 36 thumbs up already, which is pretty good. Please give us another thumbs up if you haven't done so already. The YouTube algorithm likes it. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, head on over to Sportsbook Review, read some great content about sports betting, and then join me and Alex again in 17 minutes time when we're going to be running through the Bundesliga. Look forward to it. Thanks very much, guys. Thanks, Alex.
Best of luck, guys.